Okay-ke gogo, asisi-define i-empirical formula sithi yini. Empirical formula ngile formula linema whole numbers, right? Njengalapha ku-C6 H12 or 6 nje whole numbers lawa ngithi, but they are not the simplest. So ku-empirical formula kufanele abe the simplest. Nasibuka lapha ku-C6 H12 or 6 singabona ukuthi we can simplify le ratio ima-moles lapho. And nasi simplify sitotfola bani, sitotfola ukuthi sina C1 H2 O1. Okay? Ngoba lokhu nakumultiply ngalo 6 la, sengikhona ukutfola lo C6 H12 O6. Okay? So i-empirical formula i-formula lekhombisa the simplest whole number ratio of ema-moles alama elements ku-compound. Lapha nje phasi ku C2H12 singasho sithi C1H2, right? Because 2 to 4 is 1 to 2. Lapha ke C5H12 khona kuhlala ku C5H12. So singasho ukuthi C5H12 is already in it's a molecular formula, but iphindza futhi ibe empirical formula ngokuthi it's simplest whole number ratio. Okay, that is empirical formula. Le ndlela lesithola ngayo empirical formula singayithola ngokuthi basinikete i-information lefana nema percentages. Kuthi nje la we have a compound, and the compound yethu la i-hydrocarbon, short container hydrogen na carbon kuphela. But ke lana 85.7% of this compound is carbon. Okay, and the information, this information is like for this part of the question. For now, as I see again. So, what's the percentage of hydrogen in the compound? So this one is simply 100 minus 85.7, which will give us 14.3%. So 14.3% is hydrogen. Now, using this information, sesitofuna ukuthi ithini empirical formula. Like I told you before, siyafaka la ma elements lesinawo sina C and sina H. Okay? And we have our line here, and we separate these two. The first thing let's do ibala la. The first thing let's do ifaka mass. Okay? Nasinika to le information in percent. Singayishintsha si pretend ukuthi sina 100 grams. So now it's 100 grams of our substance, compound X, and 85.7% of it is carbon. So 85.7 grams of it is carbon. So singafaka la 85.7. Okay, mass is in grams. Basically lana short is now 14.3. Okay. Manje kinyalo ke sesinayo i-mass. Sesinayo i-mass. Nyalo sesifuna kushintsha sitfole ema-moles. So watfola njani ke ema-moles? Ema-moles wona so watfola ngekuthi si-divide i-mass nge atomic number. Atomic mass number. So sifuna sebenzisa mass number ya carbon. Siyati ke thina ukuthi carbon i-mass number yakhe ngu-12. Okay? Hydrogen i-mass number yakhe ngu-1. Nasibala lana sitotfola lana ukuthi I did this math before because bengafuna ukumosha isikhathi. 7.1417. 7.1417, and then this one stays as 14.3. Okay, so these are the two numbers. Let's wabuka gonyalo. The moles are these two numbers. So it's now 7.14 now 14.3. Basically, the next step says follow mole ratio. So follow mole ratio. And the look follow mole ratio. How we do it is we write the numbers of moles. Okay. Basically, it says divide up by the smallest number of the two. When we're going 3, we start with the smallest of the 3. So the smallest between 7.1417 and 14.3 is 7.14. So 7.1417 divided by 7.1417. Okay, so this gives us 1, because the number by itself is 1, and this one gives us 2.0. Okay, kushoni ke lokho kusho ukuthi i-formula yethu ithi C1H2 or simply CH2. This is our simplest formula. But of course, akusiyo i-molecular formula yethu le. And now we're getting to the second part of the question, which is asking about the molecular formula. Sitoyati ngani nge-molecular formula? Lana sitsheliwe la ukuthi the mass of 1 mole of the substance is 84 grams. Right? Lokusho ukuthi nasina 1 mole sina 84. Okay. Sina njani ke lana sisusa lo CH2 siyambuka ukuthi ithini imolar mass yakhe. So imolar mass ya CH2 itothi 12 plus 2 times 1. Right? Because 1 times 2 and this is 12. So nasihlanganisa lokho sithola ukuthi 14. So imolar mass, 1 mole of CH2 is 14 grams. Angithi. Manje nyalo. So kufuna thina sitfole ukuthi bangakhi labo CH2 ku compound X. So sinako ukuthi compound X yena ngu 84 grams. And then our formula is 14. So again, na 70 calculator yethu lana sibala sithi 84 divided by 14 sitfola ukuthi answer lana ngu 6. Lo kusho ukuthi our formula is CH2 multiplied by 6 or C6H12. This is our formula. Sikubala kanjalo ke lo molecular formula. Okay? And again, lokuthi i-mass sijikise from percent, it's not the only way lesingabutwa ngayo le question le. Na nje lenye question lana. Ithi isample lena 3.585 grams. It contains carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Okay? Siya set up lana carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. And this time around we're actually given the mass. We're given the mass. So we don't have to pretend anything. So lana sijeliwe ukuthi 1.388 grams. Here 0.345 grams. And here 1.850 grams. Okay, we are going to do the same thing here. City, this is the mass. Scalang mass. Okay. Bese the next thing, siyaku moles. And again, how we get moles is we divide the mass by the mass number of each one of these guys. So this one is 1 and oxygen is 16. Let number again uditfola ku periodic table lo 12 nalo 1 nalo 16 ditfolakala ku periodic table. So 1.388 nasim divide nga 12 sitfola 0.1157. Again lana awufuni kusheshe round up to few decimals. Ufune ushiye solo unawo lama decimals akho lamanyende because isatobuka i-ratio lana ukuthi ithini. Okay, kwa hydrogen kuba melula because the answer is always whatever it is. Ngekuthi sidivide nga 1. But nasesiya lapha ku oxygen. Masifika ku oxygen fike tindvo bese tiyashintsha futhi ngoba ku oxygen njena lana inombolo ithi. Okay? Nyalo sekusiya ku next step, and the next step is mole ratio. Mole ratio. And again, the way we get the mole ratio is sifaka lama moles esiwatfolela ngenhla as akhona khona bese ke sesi divide by the smallest of the numbers. So in this case the smallest is the smallest is 0.1156 divided by 0.1156 divided by 0.1156. Okay, nasesibala la sitfola ukuthi this one is 1.000, many zeros, and this one is 1. Okay, bese ke leli silapha emkhathini ngoba imath yami ayisi good, ngiyifaka la calculator yona ithi i-answer yakhona ithi 3.0. Okay, Shokti-ke lana i-ratio yethu ithi 1 to 3 to 1. So i-answer yethu ithi CH3O. Okay, this is the empirical formula for our compound. And again, lana basitshelile ukuthi le compound le nasina 1 mole of it, T62. For us to figure out ukuthi ithini imbambamba le molecular formula, kufune sithole ukuthi ithini molar mass yale empirical formula. So CH3O will be 12 plus 3 times 1 plus 16 times 1. Okay, 16 times 1, 1 times 3, and 12 times 1. So the answer is 15 plus 16, which is 31. Okay, so 1 mole of my empirical formula is 31 grams. But ngitsheliwe ukuthi le molecular formula yona 1 mole wayo is 62 grams. So nafuna ukubona ukuthi mangakhi lama empirical kule molecule. That's 62 divided by 31, which is 2. And this implies that the formula yami is CH3O2, which is C2H6O2. And voila.